Welcome to Charli Jane Speakers Radio. This is the show where we share speaking tips, tools, and resources to help you grow your public speaking business. Our goal at Charli Jane is to get you, the speaker, on the platform in front of thousands of people so that you can teach and motivate your audience, enriching and empowering them to lead fulfilling lives. And now, here's your host, Wendi McNeil.
Hey there, it's Wendi McNeil here with Charli Jane Speakers, and thank you for tuning in to today's podcast. Today I'm going to talk about your pricing, figuring out what to charge as a newbie speaker. This is something I get asked quite often, and I thought, I'm just going to do a short podcast on it and go from there. So before I start this podcast, I want to welcome you over to our free Facebook group. It is called Breakthrough Public Speakers. It is an amazing Facebook group. You will not be disappointed. Making some great connections in there. It is a powerhouse of value, of information, and everybody is so willing to share and help each other. We have speakers in there actually that have been in the business for over 30 years. Speakers that have been in there are speakers actually that are just thinking about starting a speaking business. So whether you're new, whether you're seasoned, hop on over there. It's called Breakthrough Public Speakers. I will leave the link in the show notes for you so you can find us. So on to the podcast. Pricing 101, figuring out what to charge as a newbie speaker. Now I want you to picture this. Okay. You've just delivered a paid speaking gig early in your business, and you're feeling like a rock star. But suddenly, doubt starts to creep in. Did I charge enough? If that sounds familiar, don't worry, okay? Because figuring out what to charge as a newbie speaker, it's a common challenge. But today we're going to talk about a few things and kind of set you up for speaking success. We're going to explore the factors influencing your speaking fee, the pricing pitfalls to avoid, and strategies to just kind of find that sweet spot, right? So by the end of this podcast, you're going to have a little bit of knowledge and a lot more confidence to charge what you're worth. So let's get started. Why does pricing matter to speakers? Why? Okay. So before we get into the nitty-gritty of pricing, I want to talk about why it's so darn important. You know what I mean? Like, your speaking fee isn't just a number. It's a reflection of your value, your expertise, and the impact that you can make on an audience. And here's why pricing matters. Okay. Setting the right expectations. Your fee sets the tone for how event organizers and attendees perceive you and your message. Make sense? Attracting your ideal clients. The right pricing is going to attract clients who appreciate your worth and are willing to invest in your services. Establishing your value. Your fee is a clear statement of your value as a speaker and the transformative experience you provide. Here's some common pricing pitfalls I've seen with new speakers. I want to talk about a few. These are the common ones. Many new speakers fall into the trap of undervaluing their worth. They're charging way too little because they don't yet recognize the value that they bring to the table. On the flip side, some new speakers overprice themselves way too much right out of the gate. And you're scaring away potential clients and opportunities. And let's not forget the temptation to compare yourself to seasoned pros with years of experience and a proven track record that justifies their high fees. But here's the thing. Pricing is not a one-size-fits-all strategy. What works for one speaker may not work for another, and that's okay. The key is to find that pricing sweet spot that aligns with your unique value, your target audience, and your business goals. Factors to consider when setting your fees. So, Wendi, How do I figure out what to charge? Well, here's some key factors to consider. Your experience level as a speaker, your niche and target audience expectations, the event type, the durations, your preparation time and effort, and travel and accommodation costs. Your experience level as a speaker is a significant factor in determining your fees. As a new speaker, you may need to start at a lower price point and gradually increase your rates as you gain more experience and you kind of build your reputation. Your niche, and your target audience are also going to influence your pricing strategy. Different industries and audiences, they may have different expectations, and different budgets for speakers. So it's essential to research and understand what's kind of typical in your field. The type and duration of the event will also impact your pricing. So a keynote speech at a major conference is likely going to command a higher fee than a short workshop for a local business group. And do not forget to factor in your preparation time and effort, as well as I mentioned, any travel and accommodation costs that are going to be involved. So here's some strategies for determining your pricing sweet spot. I want you to research and assess. I want you to research market rates to get kind of like a ballpark idea of what's reasonable for speakers in your niche, and at your experience level. I want you to conduct a personal value assessment to honestly evaluate the value that you provide, and the results you help your clients achieve. This is going to give you confidence and conviction in the prices that you do set for yourself. I want you to offer packages. I want you to be flexible. Consider using like a tiered pricing structure, right? That's based on the level of service or customization that you provide. So offer package deals by bundling your speaking services with other offerings, maybe coaching, consulting, to provide more value and justify a higher fee. And I want you to always be open to negotiation and find that, win-win solutions for you and your client. You want to know a secret? Your perceived value as a speaker can be just as important as your actual value. It's a crucial factor in determining your pricing sweet point. So think about it this way. If you're a new speaker with incredible expertise and a unique perspective, but no one knows about you, it can be challenging to command high fees. But suppose you're a speaker, with a strong personal brand, a compelling bio, a track record of delivering value to your audiences. In that case, you can often charge more, even if you're relatively new to speaking. So how do you boost your perceived value? How do you boost perceived value to increase your speaking fees? Well, it takes a little bit of work, but once it's done, you get to reap the rewards with higher speaking fees, even as a new speaker. So I want you to start by crafting a compelling speaker bio. I believe I have a podcast on this, and I also have a training episode on my website, charlijane.com. That's Charli with an I. Go over there and take a listen, okay? Because I want you to start by crafting a compelling speaker bio that showcases your expertise, your achievements, and the unique value that you bring to your audience. I want you to highlight your professional background, your speaking experience, even if it's limited, and any awards, recognition that you have received. Now I want you to get to some testimonials, all right? I love when my clients use social proof, right? Use social proof, video testimonials from past clients and events to demonstrate your impact. If you've received positive feedback from event organizers or audience members, I want you to feature those quotes on your website, on your marketing material. They're a powerful way to build trust and credibility with potential clients, and meeting planners. And finally, I want you to invest in a professional marketing materials, that showcase your brand and your expertise. A well-designed speaker one sheet, website, a promotional video. They can go a long way in establishing your credibility and justifying your fees. The importance of confidently communicating your fees. Okay, now you've done the research, right? You found your pricing sweet spot. You've got a stellar bio, marketing materials to boost perceived value. Now it's time to communicate your fees with confidence. Remember, you're not just selling your time on stage, you're selling the transformation you provide to your audience. Let me say that again. Remember, you're not just selling your time on stage, you're selling the transformation you provide to your audience. Practice your pricing conversation so you can communicate with clarity and conviction. And please, my friends, don't be afraid to walk away if a client isn't willing to meet your pricing requirements. I agree on a little bit of negotiation, but not to the point where it's, ridiculous. So don't be afraid to walk away. Not every opportunity is going to be the right fit, and that's okay. Right? But that's okay. If you feel like a particular speaking gig is a great fit, but there's a gap in pricing, maybe you can work on finding a solution. But remember, you never know what a booking could lead to further down the line, right? But if it's feeling like it's not a good fit and the dollar signs are way out of the ballpark, don't be afraid to walk away. Figuring out what to charge as a new speaker isn't as hard as you think, right? It sounds hard as you think. I know I talked a lot of pricing talk, but you've got this. Remember, your pricing reflects your value and the impact you make. By considering the factors we've discussed and using strategies that I've talked about and shared, you're going to be well on your way to speaking success. Okay? But I don't want you to go it alone. I want you to hop over, join the Charli Jane Speakers online community and their Facebook group, Breakthrough Public Speakers. Once you're in, you have access to additional support, resources, guidance, as you kind of try to navigate the speaking world, right? So I'm going to leave the link in the show notes so you can find us over there. And, if you're ready to improve your speaking, grow your speaking business, make sure you check out the helpful resources that we do have on Charli Jane Speakers, charlijane.com, and I will put the link in the show notes for that as well. We pretty much got you covered, everything you need to rock the stage, make a massive impact, and grow your speaking business like crazy. So that is it for today's podcast. I hope you found it helpful. And again, I like to offer a freebie at the end of my podcast. And today it is 50 plus speaking events, conferences that are currently looking for speakers. I want you to hop in there, see if there's a fit. If so, put yourself out there, submit proposals, and make sure you follow up with them. And also check back on this list regularly. We do update it every so often, every couple months, as the deadlines start to expire. I will leave that link in the show notes so you can find it and start getting on more stages. So that's it. You guys have a fantastic day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.